It's an MD is known to many of my patients, coming to you live from wonderful Las Vegas, Nevada, not too far away from the Strip. Jason, how's it going?
It's going good. So we wanted to address something that happened again. I believe it was in Indiana.
Yes,
Someone
sir.
consumed a full spectrum CBD product, Farm Bill compliant, only 0.3% THC. Nobody told them, whoever sold it to them did tell them that, by the way, if you get drug tested randomly by your work, you could pop. And they popped and were fired.
Right. So this is just something that for every one of us that lives and breathes in the industry, it's kind of a no-brainer. We almost classify products generically as THC free, broad spectrum, or full spectrum. And a lot of people that aren't in the CBD industry don't even really know what that means. Some people just go out and think they're going to get CBD, and there can be significant amounts of THC in the full spectrum products that you will definitely test positive on a drug test, right? So one of our educational points just in the beginning of our video series is for folks who we get a ton of phone calls from, right? Truck drivers, Class A driver's license holders, firefighters, police officers, military folks, anyone that might have to pass a urine drug test. That is what the broad spectrum, which means a oil that has CBD plus other minor cannabinoids like CBG and CBC in fairly noticeable levels, as well as sometimes be terpene fortified, as opposed to a THC-free product, which is usually just a CBD isolate without any of the other stuff in there to give you that entourage effect, which we know has much more therapeutic benefit than an isolate product from other research.
Sure. And with full spectrum, just because it has 0.3% THC and you could pop for a drug test, that doesn't mean you'll get high if you take it as directed.
So correct. So yeah, the two big points here that Jason is touching on is full spectrum products in the legal hemp space. The whole goal of these products is to really give people that dosage, which animal research has showed is neuroprotective with THC, which is achieved at non-psychoactive levels, right? So in some of these products, if you take a few servings, you might be getting 50 or 100 milligrams of CBD, but only 0.5, 0.25, 1 milligram of THC. And that's really medicine, right? Now you're combining these cannabinoids at levels that we who have read a lot of this research know are powerful. I think there was just another study recently of how THC lowered the level of a certain opioid to have effect, right? So there's ongoing studies which continue to show how THC is important in pain control and other conditions, and how some patients are really sensitive to the extracts that they take. You will definitely find that some people respond to full spectrum products or respond to them at much lower dosages than just an isolate product, Jason. So yeah, just knowing that, having that knowledge that it can be something that right now science has already shown is a minor issue, right? If you're taking a low dose THC product, it's actually medically good for you. But then all of a sudden, if you have to go apply for a new job in a week and take a P test, you're testing positive, and now you're having to call me and have me help explain to your employer how you just are a 63-year-old person trying to, survive with your arthritic knee. And now you're having to explain to them why you're coming up on a P test.
I'm not high. I don't smoke marijuana.
Right.
I didn't do it.
So especially as, the green wave kind of continues to expand, Jason, right? Deeper and deeper across the country. These full spectrum products are becoming more available. One of the biggest kind of mistakes that a lot of people made in California is when things went recreational, thinking, the cannabis doctor thing is going to go away. It's not. As things go recreational and become legal, the biggest thing that happens with any sort of cannabis product is more people are just open to trying it, more people are educated about it, and more people are learning about the power of all these non-psychoactive cannabinoids and really full spectrum products being so beneficial.
Sure.
So it is a thing that comes up. And the laws in the South and places like that are a little bit behind in certain aspects of how they regulate drug testing or the policies that a lot of the businesses have there. So it's just something that people have to be aware of, and they can come to the website and they can hit the live chat button, and you can be like, hey, my boyfriend needs something that's THC free. What do you guys have in stock right now that's THC free, but also has some other minor cannabinoids? And then we might just reach out and grab a bottle and show you something like this, which is a really neat tincture that we made in San Diego. It is broad spectrum, 750 milligrams of CBD, plus significant levels of minor cannabinoids. And then we fortify it with a beta-caryophyllene rich terpene profile. And this one actually comes in a hemp seed oil carrier, which is different than a lot of products which are coming in MCT. We do both. Hemp oil by itself has a lot of nutritional and health benefits that we can go over another time. It's rich in gamma-linoleic acid and the right ratios of omega fats and things like that. So yeah, lots of neat carrier oils to use. And
so if you're not drug tested, you want to use full spectrum. And if you are drug tested, you want the next best is broad spectrum because it has some extra cannabinoids.
Yeah,
right?
I think you might have switched up in the beginning. But yeah, if you're getting drug tested, no full spectrum, broad spectrum, or just totally THC-free isolate products.
Right.
That's right.
Why don't you show them an example of one of our THC products? I believe it's the energy capsules.
THC-free.
Yeah.
Yeah, another THC-free. So you saw the tincture. We've really expanded the lineup recently to include a whole new wave of really exciting THC free products. And we were actually podcasting with one of my friends earlier on Facebook, Krista, and we were talking about how important it is now to not just have a CBD only product, right? To have other essential oils or functional oils or other ingredients in there which make a neat product. And so that is what I'm really proud that we've done with the new Dr. D capsule line, right? The Dr. D capsule line now consists of Dr. D CBD energy capsules, sleep capsules, male enhancement capsules, and a really cool, what we call relief capsule that has a combination of CBD and another molecule that are potently anti-inflammatory together. So these are all made with 50 milligrams of CBD isolate per capsule, which is a nice dose, along with other functional herbs, right, that have active components within them. So these energy capsules, they are awesome. It's a fun product. You get the combination of the relaxing and anxiety relieving characteristics of CBD, along with 300 milligrams of caffeine. Okay, that's as much as in a Bang energy drink, and a blend of other herbs. So this product right here online is selling like crazy. The reviews are full of comments like, this gives me the energy like a Bang or an energy drink, but I don't feel shaky. I don't have to drink a 16-ounce drink. It's perfect for on the go.
I'm not crashing.
Yeah, I'm not crashing. And then it's just another way to get some CBD. So, the Dr. D lineup has always been a brand that has been scientific and offered medical products that are strictly kind of medical, but now we're really expanding into that kind of personality of the brand and some of these other, niche, fun, useful products that a lot of people don't really think of, but just with my wide network of selling channels are kind of like fun and no-brainers for me to do. And people love this stuff. Love. The other one that we're announcing, and I think the announcement on all these products should just come with the price point, right? The price point. I always want people to be able to afford this. I always want my brand to be basically better or superior to everyone's brands, but more affordable. All right, that's the game plan. So the gummies are 25 milligrams per piece. There's 3 flavors. They're awesome. Orange, strawberry, grape. Sometimes we vary them, but they are super tasty, and 1,500 milligrams per bottle, right? 60 pieces per bottle. And that means you're paying $59.99 retail for this. So compare that to the other gummies out there. You have to be careful with these. They're too easy to eat a lot of. Jason, I saw you take 3 bottles the other day, buddy. I saw that. I was like, oh, yeah, Jason, look, he really must like to try the gummies. I hope he tells a friend.
Yeah, those gummies are good. Yeah, those gummies are good. So let's talk about 2 examples of our full spectrum products. We have the lotion, lavender body lotion, and we have
bestseller.
the 750 milligram cinnamon
Bestseller.
full spectrum. So
Right.
I had a question. So if they're not being drug tested, full spectrum is the best. And these are two
Correct.
examples, but one affects the blood, one does not go into the blood.
Correct.
So if someone's being drug tested, could they possibly use the full spectrum body lotion?
Yeah.
Or could they still pop?
No, for sure. We would say that you can still use the Dr. D full spectrum lotion. If you're paranoid, we actually have the travel size that is THC free, but we would call this lotion a topical, not a transdermal, right? So this is not designed to penetrate all the way through the different layers of your skin and then get these cannabinoids into your blood. This is superficial topical, not a transdermal. And this, this has the spikes, right? You can see it on the lab test, the other minor cannabinoids in there, and 6 different terpenes, as well as another endocannabinoid. And this is the same exact formula, just minus the full spectrum. So you just have CBD, the terpenes, and that other endocannabinoid, as well as the wonderful and unisex, Jason, lavender scent.
It's very
Actually, I had
nice.
one person after all these years tell me they didn't like lavender. And I was like, how can you not like lavender? Or I think they were allergic or something.
Okay.
No, everybody loves the lavender. Loves.
Awesome. So to recap, you got to be careful out there, people selling stuff willy-nilly and not educating you on the possible pitfalls, because we keep on seeing these people, they're working at these jobs for years, and then someone's, oh, you need to get CBD, and they're like, oh yeah, and then bam, they're like, what the hell, how can I pop for a drug test when I'm just taking legal CBD?
Well, that's been one of the biggest things, Jason, that you've seen it, right? Is just separated us from a lot of the other brands, whether we're at Reef Dispensary, whether we're at First Fridays, whether we're here on Facebook Live, whether I'm being invited to drive to another trade show, this weekend, putting a face, someone that you can call, someone that you can text chat with, behind all this stuff has been really, big. And then the educational part, where we're scrolling through lab tests, showing people this sort of this thing, just gives people something that they can trust. And
yeah, so if you want more information on our full spectrum, broad spectrum, and THC products, go to drdcbd.com. It's in the comments, it's in the description. And if you have any questions, comment below.
Yeah, check it out, everyone. The stores and the rollout is really going fast. So we're really proud of the last few months of work. The brand is rapidly going to hit all 50 states. So congratulations to the team.
All right, everybody, we will see you next time.
All right, guys. Peace.